Today we're going to explore 15 of the weirdest city designs on the planet, from razor-thin cities to futuristic ones that look kind of alien. And wait until you see number 1. So let's start. Auroville, India, the idealistic city without any ownership. In Tamil Nadu in India, Auroville, founded in 1968 by Mira Alfasa, or the Mother, is an experimental city aiming to transcend politics, religion, and nationality. Its charter declares that Auroville belongs to humanity as a whole. Residents here don't own property or get traditional salaries, and decisions are by consensus. Based on Sri Aurobindo's teachings, these principles guide its design, with urban planning driven by spiritual ideals. Central is the Matre Mandir, a massive golden dome-shaped meditation center. This spherical structure with golden discs is the city's spiritual heart, and it features an inner crystal globe lit by natural sunlight. From this spiritual hub, Auroville spirals outward in a themed community focused on agriculture, education, or renewable energy. Not your typical urban zones. Designed for about 50,000 people, it currently houses under 3,500 who contribute through work. And the urban planning here is organic. No high-rises, eco-friendly buildings, and renewable energy. It evolves bottom-up, basically, and it's shaped by residents, unlike rigidly zoned cities like the one I live in. However, Auroville faces some challenges. It's often called utopian in theory, but difficult in practice. It struggles with internal disagreements, local friction, and enforcing non-ownership. Slow consensus-based governance and conflicts over land and finances persist. Yet Auroville persists, challenging the conventional city concept, not a commercial or political hub, and it aims to be a space for human evolution where material needs meet spiritual growth. Education here too is kind of unorthodox, no grades or exams, which is kind of cool, fostering self-motivated students through self-paced, integrated learning, despite some criticism. Architecture too is a sustainable fusion of modernist and traditional Indian design, and unique structures like the earth bag and bamboo buildings prioritize values over visuals. Ultimately, Auroville may not be the city of the future, but it is a powerful thought experiment on cities that are guided by shared ideals over private interests. Number 4 was a unique, chaotic urban anomaly, and for decades this maze of improvised buildings on just 6.4 acres became Earth's densest spot, with over 33,000 people by the 1980s. Well, despite its darkness, it was strangely functional and self-governed. An intense experiment in habitation. The uniqueness here stemmed from legal limbo. A former Chinese military outpost, it became an ungoverned enclave in colonial Hong Kong after 1898 due to the vague Sino-British agreements. This legal vacuum allowed it to become entirely unregulated. It became a self-contained city. Buildings rose up haphazardly to 14 stories, ignoring any building codes. Narrow, dim, shoulder-width corridors led to the units, and staircases were unplanned. Daylight barely reached the lower levels. People adapted here resourcefully, and inside were homes, clinics, unlicensed dentists, shops, schools, and illegal factories. Electricity was tapped, plumbing was improvised, and trash privately managed. Residents formed neighborhood watches and dispute systems, which lacked the police. Yet life thrived here uniquely. Families shared meals, and efficient businesses filled tight spaces. A strong sense of community emerged, with residents mutually supportive. But that darkness persisted. Early crime, triad gangs, and drugs were rampant. Fire hazards were constant, and despite resident cooperation bringing stability, the structure decayed with leaks, mold, and poor sanitation. Still though, many preferred its affordability and community to public housing. But by the 1980s, the walled city symbolized urban chaos, studied with horror. In 1987, the Hong Kong government ordered its demolition, and after negotiations, it was razed by 1994. Today, Kowloon Walled City Park occupies the site with some remnants and artifacts, and the memory of the once living urban jungle remains vivid. Number 13. Naypyidaw, Myanmar, the most empty capital in the world. Myanmar's new capital, Naypyidaw, the abode of the king, unveiled in 2005, baffled the world. It was built secretly by a military regime, and it appeared suddenly as a political statement, not from urban demand. Its massive scale, zoned districts, and surreal emptiness makes it a bizarre global capital. The reasons for Naypyidaw's construction remain pretty obscure. Theories point to fears of invasion or unrest, or even strategic, astrological motives for its inland defensible site. Ringed by military infrastructure, it's inaccessible despite vast, underused highways. Its design is monumental. It's nearly 6 times New York City's size, with sprawling, segmented zones, government, military, residential, often separated by roads. The government complex and huge parliament are heavily fortified too, and the 20-lane highway is a famous oddity. Designed for massive traffic, it's mostly empty, with people reportedly practicing golf on it. Journalists photograph themselves on these vast car-free expressways. A zoo, golf courses, and massive palace and airport are all oversized for its population. It's estimated below the official 1 million. Naypyidaw feels eerily vacant, with empty hotels and underused malls. Well, contradiction here defines that weirdness. It's a high-tech surveillance capital near rural villages, a power seat lacking any vibrancy. Mandated public servants often commute from Yangon, and highlighting its design for control over inspiration. Well, despite hosting international events too, dignitaries find empty streets and pristine, underused landscapes. It's like an artificial capital without a pulse. Urban theorists call it a ghost capital. That's perhaps the most extreme name, but Naypyidaw is unusual not just in design, but in the intent of it. Built for isolation and control, not commerce or growth. That is pretty weird. Near Abu Dhabi, Masdar City, announced in 2006, aimed to be the first zero-carbon, zero-waste eco-metropolis. It was envisioned as a high-tech, low-footprint lifestyle, and today it's a half-built landscape of ambition and compromise. Designed by Foster and Partners, Masdar targeted 50,000 residents, promising total renewable energy, no core city cars, and zero waste. It favored compact, shaded, walkable streets inspired by Arabic architecture over sprawl using solar farms and passive cooling. Well, as the Middle East's climate change response, Masdar was a planned living city and a green tech research hub, with its Masdar Institute, with MIT, developing innovations to power it. Now, key features included personal rapid transit, like driverless electric pods, that sounds cool, for car-free travel, plus narrow shaded streets and rooftop solar to reduce temperatures and power the city with sustainable materials. But plans faltered post-2008's financial crisis. Funding cuts meant insufficient solar power, limited PRT, and building delays. That car-free ideal was compromised. Vehicles are now allowed near or in core areas, and by 2020 only 1,300 people live there, with many empty buildings. The Masdar Institute merged into Khalifa University, and it offers clean tech startups hosted consultants. It feels more like a campus, really, than a city, yet the vision isn't dead. Masdar achieved energy-efficient milestones. Its buildings use far less energy and water, and it hosts sustainability conferences and green tech pilots, attracting major companies and influencing newer smart cities. Masdar's weirdness is its partial completion and quiet, contradictory feel. Futuristic pods run on empty platforms, and vast solar fields power a city feeling more imagined than inhabited. It's like a living architectural rendering. Masdar reveals that building a future city is challenging. Technology and infrastructure are buildable, but human behavior, markets, and global events often don't cooperate. On South Korea's coast, Songdo International Business District rises from reclaimed mudflats. It's a gleaming smart city that was born of pure ambition. Designed as a 21st century urban blueprint with digital integration, sustainability, and efficiency in mind, it's ironically called a beautiful ghost town, despite its futuristic promise. Opened in 2009, Songdo, a $40 billion smart city spanning 600 hectares, was envisioned as a global business hub for over 300,000 people. Cohn Peterson Fox led a team of international designers to create it, and Songdo's advanced infrastructure features sensors monitoring traffic, energy, and water, plus a pneumatic system that sucks trash underground, eliminating any garbage trucks, which is awesome. LEED standard buildings, bike and EV-friendly roads, and recycled waterways enhance all of its sustainability. Its well-designed grid layout features broad boulevards, a central park like New York inspired with an East Asian landscape, mixed-use buildings, and evenly distributed schools and cultural centers. But despite the facilities, Songdo lacks any kind of vibrancy. Critics call it sterile and eerily quiet. Sidewalks, parks, apartments, and offices are empty, and though housing over 100,000 residents, it does feel vacant. Its problem is a lack of organic development. No historical core or evolving culture means everything feels pre-decided, stifling the spontaneity vital to urban life. While expected businesses also failed to relocate, as nearby Seoul remains South Korea's dominant cultural capital, offering the history and buzz that Songdo lacks. Yet Songdo does have strengths. It's a smart city testbed. It's a symbol of Korean tech leadership with top international schools. Plus, it's clean, safe, and walkable. It is slowly evolving, with new cafes, cultural events, and public art adding some life. Songdo might be ahead of its time.